So you might have heard people talk about passkeys and FIDO quite interchangeable. Like some people would call this almost a passkey, or they will call it a FIDO authentication key. And a passkey is that's when you use your phone. But some people might actually think both are called passkeys or both are FIDO. And there is a big confusion here, and it depends on who you ask. Passkeys was in the beginning created with FIDO technology, but the word itself is just a marketing term for some way of authenticating yourself with FIDO in a synchronized manner, which means your token, your credentials, were connected to your, say, iCloud account or similar and synchronized between all your devices. Nowadays, you can see a lot of people saying passkeys almost about any type of FIDO authentication, and we are probably moving that way going forward as well. So they're not the same, can sometimes be used interchangeable, should there? It is hard to know, but passkeys is probably what we're seeing, and there's a lot of different types of those. More on that now. I would say there's two main categories of passkeys. You have the synchronized passkeys and the device-bound passkeys. And then there are some different things within those categories. When it comes to synchronized, that is where what the word passkey and the main idea of it comes from, where you have a key that is synchronized between all your different devices because it's connected to an account, like your iCloud keychain, for example. But you can also have a password manager that supports passkeys and store a passkey within that one. And every device that has that password manager installed and you're logged in, that passkey is synchronized between those. Device-bound passkeys, however, is a bit different. Those are on the device, bound to the device, and will not move. For example, on this YubiKey, you can have a passkey, and this is where it is, this is where it lives, this is what you need to use that passkey. That can also be on, for example, a TPM chip on a PC. So it's stored on that PC, and that PC can use that passkey, but nothing else. So there's, of course, some technical differences here, but overall, you can think of both of these as, in at least everyday speak, just passkeys. We just talked about device-bound passkeys and synchronized passkeys. And those, of course, have different pros and cons for your organization. And this is maybe one of the bigger challenges when it comes to implementing passkeys. What is correct? A synchronized key is awesome because it's backed up. If you lose the phone where you have your passkey, it is still on your account, so you can use it on another phone or on your computer and things like that still. It does, however, mean you're probably allowing private accounts, like private iCloud accounts, to have your keys. You don't know where the credentials are, and management can be hard. On the other hand, you have the device-bound keys, like, once again, the USB security keys. Those means you can get a lot stricter management, enrollment processes, and have bigger control. They're also perfect if you're having shared devices, etc. But they also require, of course, more management, and if someone loses their key, they're locked out if they only have that key. There's no backup system. They need to enroll a new one, but how do they authenticate themselves to get the new one? You need some processes set up for those device-bound types. So there are pros and cons. The best way of doing this is, of course, you should have a solution that can support both. Because maybe most of your workforce, you don't really care if they use their private accounts to synchronize their keys, and you get way less questions from IT to, like, I need a new key and so on. But for the high security people, maybe C-level, IT, or R&D, etc., you buy keys and you get full management, but everyone's using passkeys. If you want to know what's right for you or how you should think about deploying all of this, just contact one of our experts and we can help.